Hey, what's going on YouTubers? It's Mark Methods. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today we'll be doing an install of a fire extinguisher in my 2014 Turbo BRZ. We'll be doing a custom mount into the center console. This is in preparation for going out to Club Loose at Raceway Park, New Jersey for tech inspection. Here I have a 2.5 pound extinguisher, and this is a 2 pound extinguisher, which is the required for Club Loose minimum requirement is 2 pounds. You can pick this up at your local Harbor Freight for about 20 bucks. I had to order this extinguisher bracket online. The part number is 420118, and it fits really well with this extinguisher. According to Club Loose, it does need to be a metal bracket, so gotta have a metal bracket. This extinguisher also fits perfectly in your center console. We just have to fab up a bracket underneath, so it's a full metal bracket, and let's get started. Start by removing our cup holder. Let's get our shift boot out of the way. We'll need to pry this up with a flathead. Grab the shifter ring, just pull. In here there's two, you can either use a Phillips or you can actually use, I think it's 10mm bolt. Get rid of these. The previous owner of this car had spilled something real sticky in here. Took a while to clean up, but these bolts still look pretty nasty. Alright, so that's out. Now it should be pretty loose, but we still need to remove, if you have heated seats, you still need to disconnect this. And the cigarette lighter underneath. Then what we'll need to do is actually remove the push start button if you have one. One way to do this is to get underneath, just push from behind. Stuff your hand in here, it's a little bit of a pain to grab. Hook this. This will give us a grab point. It's just held in with clips. There we go. Now we've got the push button out. Unhook this. All right. We got two Phillips head screws in here. Let's get a Phillips head screwdriver, not a flathead. Alrighty, so now we got our Phillips head screwdriver. We're just going to remove the two screws. These are the last ones holding the center console in. And there you go. This is the center console with the mat removed. What I have in my hand is a 9x5 1/8" piece of aluminum. And it slides and it fits pretty well. So what we're going to do is figure out where we need to mount this. So let's take our fire extinguisher, set it in here, set it on top. It looks like we have quite a bit of wiggle room here. So can move it down, make the plate a little more flush with the bottom of the extinguisher. So I'd say about there looks good. So now what I'm going to do is mark the approximate location of where we need to drill our mounting holes. So it'll probably be around there. A template with some cardboard, some blue Loctite. I don't have a paint pen available right now, but what we'll do is we'll put some blue Loctite around the outside of this. Take our piece of cardboard, we're just going to press onto it and lift up. And now we have the 2 holes and we know where to drill in our piece of aluminum. All right, so we're going to poke some holes through this, just pushing our bolts through. Depending on the thickness of your cardboard, you might want to poke it through with some scissors. Be careful of your fingers. Try not to distort the cardboard too much, otherwise this template may not work. All right, so we got our 2 holes. Now with this 5" piece of aluminum, we're cutting it pretty close with these holes. So you got to be very careful with where you're going to land them. I'm going to actually trim up the sides of the cardboard a little bit more so I can see better. So this isn't necessarily the best way to do it, but what I'm going to do is make a marking here. This is a 3/16 inch drill bit. It's not quite the right size for this M6 bolt, but we can make it a little bit bigger afterwards. And I may even start off drilling a little bit smaller than this. Just dinging it so that I know where my point is that I want to start drilling. I'm going to start off with a smaller drill bit to create our pilot hole. There we go. Be careful of the metal shavings, these are very sharp. Alright, so that's the pilot hole. So we're going to up the size of our drill bit. Take a little more out this time. Alright, so this one looks like it needs a little bit more. I think that should be good. As you can see, we have 2 nice holes. Step back to our console. Now you got the 2 bolts right there. You can see that we have some wiggle room and it does fit, which is a good sign. Let's go check back inside the car. All right, so let's see how close we are with this. Bolt holes look pretty good so far. Looks pretty good, pretty straight. I think we're ready to start tapping out the fire extinguisher mounting bolts now. So I marked it at the top. That'll give us a reference point of where the mount will end up and how to center it and things like that. Now we have some reference points. This hardware, it's a 1/4 inch, 20 thread, 1/2 inch, just regular old Allen bolt. And I've got a drill and tap for this. So it looks like we'll have to drill this bracket out a little bit, as this is a little bit bigger than what it came with. Now what we'll do is we'll tap this out and see if everything lines up. You'll feel it start to ease up once you've fully threaded this. And after you're done, you should have some nice threads. That you can run your hardware through. So let's tap the other hole. As you can see, we have 2 threaded holes. Unfortunately, it looks like we're a little off on this one. So let's see if we can fit our hardware in. We want to remove some material, which is right around here. Just about a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, it's like that. So there's a little more. Much better. So now we can hand tighten that. Doesn't have too much play in the bracket. It's good. All right, so let's tap this out. Now we have a little bit of play because I had to slot this one, but that should be about right. We can drill this in place. Now that we get our holes all tapped out, let's see if this fits. Feels like it's binding slightly. It looks like there's still a little offset, so I'm gonna clearance out these holes a little bit more so that I have some play. You see that that's pretty secure. If I keep pushing this down, it's going to make the indentations of the bottoms of the bolts into the center console. We can just drill those out and use it as a template. So let's just keep pushing this down a little bit further. Now we have our 4 holes. Got a bracket. So now that we've drilled our holes into the matting material, as you can see, the fire extinguisher is mounted. Now you just got to put everything back in reverse and you're good to go. And that's how you mount a fire extinguisher into the BRZ or FRS center console. So now when you actually need to remove your fire extinguisher, you can just reach back, undo it, get out of your car. Very cool. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and checking out my install on the fire extinguisher. See you in the next one.